Hi, it's Barbara Wheel. For upcoming peace talks between Ukraine and Russia, I wanted to make a card spread to see how the peace talks are going to go. And I already spread the cards, did my research, took some notes, because I'm a student at this. I'm still learning, so I had to, cut all that time and effort that I had to do out for you just to show you the results. And these are the results. There. Okay. So I did the past for Ukraine, Russia, and the world, since they're all involved in this. So the past for the Ukraine is the Princess of Swords. Now, that's how she was, how Ukraine was. She was inquisitive, verbose, lively, getting to know herself, getting very comfortable being a democratic country of its own. And in the past, Russia, the death card came up, which is change, endings, and rebirth. I don't know what's going on with Russia. I feel like there's something really wrong with the economy, really wrong. Something is desperate. Or this is the basis of why Russia decided to attack Ukraine. Something is desperate. Something is ending. And they need rebirth. They need renewal. Now this is the world. The world is strength. It's fierce. It's endurance. It's courage. Now it's just going about its daily fierceness and endurance and courage, and I'm not quite sure. It wasn't expecting that. It wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting anything to be happening in Ukraine. Well, there's been a conflict in Ukraine since 2014 or earlier, but it wasn't expecting anything. But it's always ready. Okay, this is the present. Ukraine in the present is 10 of Wands. Duty, responsibility, obligation. Now it's every man between 18 and 60 is obligated to be in service to the army in the Ukraine to fight this fight. That's a huge duty and responsibility that Ukrainian men and a lot of Ukrainian women take very seriously. So they take on that burden very seriously. I just want to remind people this is for entertainment purposes only. Now, this is Russia in this time. She's the Queen of Swords. She's clever and meticulous and intellectual. And maybe some would call her an ice queen. She's blunt. And she's not backing down. She's got her sword ready. She's got her hand up. She's not backing down. This is the world at this time. Temperance. Temperance is about balance and patience and synergy, moving forward step by step. And that's what the world is doing right now. They're being very careful to keep a balance and not to unbalance Russia. An unbalanced situation. Here's the path. The path forward for the Ukraine is commitment. Powerful, harmonious partnerships. like a marriage. It's like they have to go into an uneasy marriage with Russia in these peace talks. It's they have to commit themselves to this, making promises with Russia. And Russia is making a choice. It's currently making a choice, but it's in reverse. It's letting others choose for you, and it doesn't make things easier. So Russia seems to be the reluctant bride in this marriage with Ukraine. And I put a caveat that in the future, Russia is going to want to make other choices. They may renege on these choices that are being made in the peace talks. And the world thinks that the relationship between Ukraine and Russia is no longer working, and it needs to change course. And they need to reassess their goals, their values, and probably separation would be the better path. So it seems like Ukraine wants a lot from Russia. Russia is agreeing but doesn't want to agree. And the world is thinking that maybe they should go another way. Maybe it should go another way. Like perhaps Ukraine should come to NATO instead of making a commitment to Russia. Interesting. That's what I'm getting from it anyway. These are just the cards. I'm just reading the cards. So, future results. I chose an angel deck. So the future results for Ukraine is the King of Ariel. So Ukraine, King. Your plans are working. They're working out very well. You're financially successful. You're using resources, and we know that Ukraine is it's a farming and industrious country, and it's using its resources wisely to rebuild, I would imagine. But Russia has a 10 of Raphael reversed. Now in the angel cards, there's no reversals. They don't read reversed. So this is a card of happily ever after, but it's upside down. So I think it's a very cynical sort of happily ever after. Or maybe the Russians are happy in this relationship, in this new relationship with Ukraine. Maybe I'm being cynical. Now the world at this time is the King of Raphael. Warm, generous, honorable, refined. That's a nice description of the world. So for the King of Raphael, I guess it's safe to trust. Busy doing other things now, following passions. And so the world has gone on. The world has gone on. They've forgotten about this. They're letting Russia and Ukraine have their new relationship, and they're busy. They're busy now. They have other things to balance. They have, clock is ticking. They have other things to do now. Now, Russia, on the other hand, is redacting things. They're keeping secrets. They're being brazen, brave and brazen about it. They're not being a coward here, but they maybe they're not as honest in their this new relationship with Ukraine. But that's okay. What's Ukraine doing? Ukraine. That's the crown reversed. And the arrow. Well, technically the arrow. Well, they're going forward. They're going forward without a king. They're going forward without a king. Interesting. I'll leave that like that. You can make your own conclusions about that. And that is my reading on the peace talks between Ukraine and Russia and how the world is viewing it. Take care of you. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing.